Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Sanitize, use your masks all the time, and maintain social distance. Please note that the washroom is to the left as soon as you step out of the room. Good. Now quickly switch off your mobile or put it on silent mode and pull up your masks. Thank you. I am Toastmaster Siona, the Sergeant at Arms. Welcome you, fellow Toastmasters and guests, to the first anniversary and the 27th meeting of the Vasco Toastmasters Club. At Toastmasters, we do a number of things. We are a group of people from all walks of life. It's important that everyone feels included and everyone feels at home. So whenever we speak, we ensure that we do not hurt the sentiments of others and we refrain from speaking about sex, politics, and religion. We respect everyone's effort who have prepared themselves for their roles today. For all those who are attending in person, hold on to your excitement and refrain from talking to one another. And those who are online, it would be good to have your videos on, but do not distract the speakers. Please turn off your video if you are stepping out of the frame. I would urge you to encourage the speakers by using the reaction button for those who are online. And now, those who are in the room, please put your hands together and clap for everyone. Thank you. I really missed this. Let me begin with a mission. The mission of the Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. I would also like to renew the Toastmasters promise that we made a year ago. Please read along with me. Can someone put it on the screen? Can you see it on the screen? Okay. As a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful, constructive evaluations, to maintain the club, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so that we can see the benefits Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters education and recognition program, to act within Toastmasters' core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities. With this, I announce this meeting open. Now, I would like to request the Zoom Master to spotlight our dynamic president, Toastmaster Abrar, as he walks up to address us. He's proud, he says, to be the charter member and the ex the last term and has lots of activities in store for us. Are you ready to support him? Then put your hands together and help me welcome Toastmaster Abrar. Over to you, Toastmaster Abrar.
Thank you, Siona. That was our past division director, one of the most passionate Toastmasters that I know in Goa, and a sergeant at arms. Can we hear what?
Thank you.
Division Director Clyde Tellis, Area Director Rajesh Kenkre, Area Director Anthony Gomes, Area Director Alvina Almeida. Where are you? Hi, Alvina. To all our distinguished Toastmasters, and guests, a very good evening. It's so good to see each one of you right here in this hybrid setup. Toastmasters International is a non-profit educational organization which was started in 1924. It's a network of worldwide clubs. Goa is part of this worldwide network of clubs. In Goa, we have around 10 clubs, and Vasco is one of them. We started 1 year ago, and today is our anniversary. Happy anniversary, everyone. Can we have a big round of applause? Vasco Toastmasters Club was Toastmaster Clyde's and Toastmaster Baby, which Anthony adopted, and now we had our own highs and lows. Vasco Toastmasters, we want to be kind of a club experiment, tries to adapt, and hybrid setup was one of the concept what we had got in Goa. We had tried it earlier, and this is the second time what we are trying. So we welcome your feedback, because we all need to work together, not just Vasco, but entire fraternity in Goa, to come together collectively and take this opportunity and level up, because the pandemic and the COVID, I think it's not going away any sooner. So this is the setup what we are looking forward to. Now, can we have our area director, Toastmaster Anthony Gomes? He is our in-house critic, unofficial Toastmaster, all the way from France, spelling some fonts here and there, our language coach, our immediate past president, and our area director. Over to you, Anthony Gomes.
Thank you, President. He is the official contestant for the humorous speech when we have our rounds next. Because the humor that he brings in with whatever he has said about me, I think that's a proof of his talent and his skills. Well, good evening, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and the ones who would soon be Toastmasters. To start Vasco was not an easy task. But what is anyway an easy task when we try hard when it is not done? In fact, I was told that many years ago, there were many individuals, there were many Toastmasters who tried to charter Vasco Club, but it never happened. Why? I don't know. But I why it worked this time. It's because we had a pull of like-minded people. We had a pull of area directors and the division director who said, we can do it, we will do it, and here it is already done. Trust me, it is going strong. So I'm very happy with the way the club has taken its direction, the way the president and the present excom is propelling it into the right way and the right direction. I think there's a long way to go for us. Today, as we celebrate our first anniversary, it just doesn't look like we have been into this for a year, because I think we have all been there arranging meetings and ensuring that there are things happening in the background, sometimes hiding behind our screens. It's not happening this time, except for Siona and Akshay and many others who are there probably. And that's coming back to reality. This is reality. In today's setup, we have accommodated both the people who walked in, that is in presence, and the ones who are connected through online. Can we for a moment think about what the prospect of this setup could be for not just the Toastmaster future, but tearing a page from this Toastmaster book and applying it in our personal and professional lives. Having said so, I will also reiterate how Toastmasters helps us not just in our professional lives, but also in our personal lives. We all know the benefits of it. In fact, ask any table topics master, there'll be at least one topic that has been taken in that direction. And today, as we walk down the memory lane, I want to remind you that in the last 1 year, Vasco Toastmasters has worked hard, and we have had some awards there, some awards that we could not get here, and many certificates as well. So, a round of applause to Vasco Toastmasters Club. I'm taking this opportunity to congratulate all of you, all the stakeholders of Vasco Toastmasters Club, of Toastmasters fraternity. And I wish to congratulate you. If the president could come and accept this on behalf of the club. This is for the dedicated service that Vasco is doing. Congratulations. Thank you. Hold on to that. We also have a certificate. There you go. This is for the whole club. I'm giving it to the president. I would also like to thank the past area directors, Toastmaster Nigel, who is here, and also the area director when we started with Vasco, that is Toastmaster Siona and Toastmaster Clyde, present division director Toastmaster Clyde, the division director who was there when Nigel was an AD, that is Toastmaster Siona, and everybody else who has made this possible. Congratulations to all of you once again. I think I'm exhausting all my skills of public speaking at this point in time because I don't know where to see. Is it the camera? Is it people? And hence, I will now hand over the control of today's session to our president, Toastmaster Brad.
Thank you, Area Director Toastmaster Anthony Gomes. On behalf of our club, I would like to thank each and everyone sitting here who have contributed towards the success of our club over a period of 1 year. And we look forward to many more anniversaries, many more meetings, and much more fun. I officially announce the meeting open, and I would like to welcome you all to the 27th meeting of Vasco Toastmasters Club. I see a lot of faces here. I cannot recognize some of them due to the mask. I have met some of them online, and some of them have just walked in here as guests. Can we now hear from one of the guests who's here? Maybe guest Marshall, if you could introduce yourself, maybe in a line or two.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. I am Marshall. I'm not exactly a guest, I'm a guest Toastmasters. I belong to Operator Toastmasters Club of Pune Camp. But yeah, I am a true from Varka. So I came along this meeting, tagging on this night. So hoping to have a wonderful time. And yes, congratulations to Vasco Toastmasters Club for your anniversary.
Thank you, Toastmaster Marshall, and thank you, our past area director Nigel Gomes, still promoting our club. Can we now hear from our guest Ray, maybe in a line or two, who was ex-Toastmaster, I would say.
Hi everyone, I'm Ray from Navilim, and yeah, most probably I'll be joining Toastmasters very soon.
Fernandez, you can give the form to him. Okay, can we hear from a non-Toastmaster? Varish, if you may.
Hi everyone. My name is Varish from Vasco. I live in Vasco and I came across this Toastmasters Club in 2018. Since then, I was somewhat busy in my career commitments, so I couldn't join. And I have come across this Toastmasters for a specific purpose, is to overcome this stuttering which I have faced all my life. So I'm very interested in overcoming this impediment. I am very confident that I will join this Toastmasters someday or the other in the near future.
That deserves a big round of applause. Thank you for joining us today. We look forward to continuing with you in our journey. Can we now hear the last guest, maybe? Yes, Blossom.
Good evening, guys. My name is Blossom. As for Vasco itself, I've already attended some few meetings online, which I found very interesting. So thereby, I'm come for this hybrid meeting too. Thank you. Looking for a good session.
Thank you, Blossom, for joining us. Now, every Toastmasters meeting has a theme, and today's theme is Let's Have a Ball. We have a Toastmaster of today who would now take on and take the journey ahead. She's a traveling Toastmaster all the way from Pune. Sorry, no, Bombay. happens, Minna. Okay, she's a content writer, a foodie, and one of the most creative person in District 98, I would say, contributing to the PR team. Can we hear from everyone for Toastmaster Ballads?
Good evening, guests, fellow Toastmasters, and all the dignitaries present here to support our journey today. At Vasco Toastmasters, on this very day, a year ago, began a story of enthusiastic Toastmasters wanting to share their story, their experience, and their skills of public speaking, communications, and leadership with the rest of the community. And a year down the line, today, we stand in front of you, fighting not just with the pandemic, but also with the situation where work from home is become monotonous and is getting on everybody's nerves. Well, I can say that because it's getting on mine for sure. And today, on this occasion, seeing these lovely faces over here is simply a relief. So yes, the theme for today is Let's Have a Ball. What's the first thing that comes out from the audience, please? Party. Okay, yes. Dance. Okay, yes. Carnival. Okay. Do we have more answers? Music. Okay, well, for me, in one line, to sum it all up, is a celebration. An occasion that you would want to cherish, you have cherished, or you are cherishing. And today, it's all of that. With Let's Have a Ball for the theme of Vasco Toastmasters 27th meeting, aka Anniversary Special, I welcome you all to the Vasco Toastmasters temporary makeshift venue 1930, which soon has the potential of becoming a long time venue. Fingers crossed if we do continue with our hybrid and offline meetings. Apart from that, for the benefit of the guests, because I'm sure fellow Toastmasters are aware, a Toastmasters meeting is divided into 3 sections. The first one is prepared speech section, in which we have our fellow Toastmasters prepare their speeches based on the pathways that they've chosen for their educational purposes. We also have the second session, which is called the Table Topics Master. Now, for some of you who might be aware of Just a Minute, I mean, in college, it's a very popular activity. Table topic section is impromptu speaking. I mean, you'll be called up on stage, given a topic, and simply asked to speak. Trust me, it's one of the best ways to overcome stage fear and one of the best ways to have fun at any and every Toastmasters meeting. Last but not the least is the evaluation section. Just as we have the prepared speech section, the evaluation section continues with the evaluations of the speeches. Along with that, the entire meeting is divided into multiple roles. We have major role players, we have minor role players. Just like an organization needs support from various members or any committee to sustain, a Toastmasters meeting also needs a lot of role players. We have multiple role players that you will be introduced to during the duration of this meeting. And to begin the meeting, I'd like to call upon the tag team. What is the tag team? The tag team comprises of timer, arc, counter, and grammarian. And I'd like each one of them to personally come and explain their roles to you. At Toastmasters, we have a ritual that every time we welcome someone on the stage, firstly, the stage never remains empty. But when we welcome someone on the stage, it usually happens with a shake hand. It's not just a courtesy, but it's a matter of respect. But in this current situation, considering the situation, it's okay. And I would rather encourage everybody to welcome the person on stage with a huge round of applause, just to make sure that we are adhering to protocols as much as we can. So keeping that in mind, I'd like to call upon our first minor role player for the day, our timer. That's Toastmaster Saurav. Toastmaster Saurav Naik loves the excitement before a celebration. And for him, the best part is definitely the food. Yes, please welcome Toastmaster Saurav.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm your timer for today, Saurav Naik. So, how often do we listen to a speech and then we realize it's too long, it's boring, because the speakers do not stop, and sometimes it's underbaked. Some people speak and we do not understand the message that they want to convey. So that's where, to solve the problem, I'm your timer here. As a timer, I will time the speakers today, the evaluation, table topic speakers, and formal speeches. For that, I'll also alert them with the timer cards that I have. So I have 3 colored cards: yellow card, green card, and red card. For table topics, the time allotted is 2 minutes. Uh, at 1 minute, I'll raise a green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I'll raise a yellow card. At 2 minutes, I'll raise a red card. Similarly, for formal speeches, the time allotted is 5 minutes, 5 minutes to 7 minutes. So at 5 minutes, I'll raise a green card. At 6 minutes, I'll raise a yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I'll raise a red card. And moving on, for the evaluations, the time allotted is 2 minutes to 3 minutes. So at 2 minutes, I'll raise a green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I'll raise a yellow card. At 3 minutes, I'll raise a red card. So I want to inform everyone, after raising a red card, you have a 30-minute grace period where you have to cover up your whatever you want to convey your message. And also, I'll be present right here. I would request all the speakers at the venue pay attention to the physical cards that I'll be portraying here. At the same, I'll be showing the cards on the screen as well. Thank you.
Toastmaster Saurav. The second role player of the tag team is the R counter, one of our youngest members and extremely enthusiastic. I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Urvi. Now, Urvi's favorite part of any celebration is when the food starts coming in. And one of her favorite celebrations is her dog's birthday parties. Can we have a huge round of applause for our R counter, Toastmaster Urvi K?
Thank you, Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and all our guests. Welcome to the celebration of today's meet. As any great speech needs to be very impactful and interesting to all the listeners. But many times it is disrupted by the ahs and ums which gets along the way. As your R counter, I will take a note of all these ahs and ums, as well as crutch words used, such as so, well, you know, and so on. At the end of the meeting, I will submit my report, and the speaker with the most amount of R's will be crowned the R Queen or the R King. Thank you, and over to you.
Now for the third role player of our tag team, one and only Ramanatzi. Not a role that you need to be scared of, but definitely a role you need to be vigilant about, because what's grammar and vocabulary used or abused without understanding where to use what or when to say what. So please help me welcome our grammarian for today, Toastmaster Manish. His favorite part of a celebration is networking, and one of his favorite occasions is the school Xmas party. Please welcome Toastmaster Manish in April.
Thank you, Meena. Good evening, Toastmasters from Vasco, the guest Toastmasters who has come here to grace this occasion, and the guests who have taken the time out to be with us in our celebration. Welcome all. Today my role is of a grammarian, and as a grammarian, it is my responsibility, please note, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their speeches, noting down the good use of English language, and as a critic also pointing out the words which have gone wrong or the wrong usage. Similarly, I will also be taking a note of good sayings, thoughts, and phrases during the course of your speeches. Welcome again, and all the best to the speakers here. Thank you.
Now that you know about our tag team, I'd like to quickly introduce you to the one person who keeps the entire meeting in check apart from the timer. And that role player is a general evaluator. I'd like to call upon Toastmaster to introduce his role. As Toastmaster Nigel took his own sweet time to announce and tell me that his favorite occasion was the 16th birthday party, and the best part about a celebration is meeting with lots of people.
Absolutely.
Over to you, Toastmaster Nigel.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. It is so good to be in front of an audience and speak, especially if you're a Toastmaster. And I've been a part of Toastmasters for close to about 3 years. And this is one of the first times that I'm extremely excited because Vasco Toastmasters has taken this initiative to have this hybrid meeting. Now, every single celebration is there is always people that are very quiet. There are always people that are very talkative. And there are always those people that are somewhere in between. But what all of them do by coming together is that they influence the mood in the meeting. And as the general evaluator for today, my role is to keep a tab on the mood of the meeting and how it functions and flows from the start till the end. Auxiliary role players, at the end, I shall give my report at the end of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nigel. Now that you're acquainted from sections of a Toastmasters meeting, without any further ado, let's start with our first. Can I hear a yes?
Yes.
A little louder. Yes. There are snacks planned for you, so I know the volume will increase, but till then, let me begin our first section for today. That's the prepared speeches. Calling on our first speaker, Toastmaster Swayam. But before I call upon our first speaker, I'd like his speech evaluator, Toastmaster Aarti, to quickly give us a recap in terms of what Swayam's speech is going to be all about. I call upon Toastmaster Aarti.
Thank you. A very good evening to all of you. Oh my God, the feeling of actually meeting all of you in person is like a breath of fresh air. Trust me, I've been waiting for this moment, and I'm so glad this has come to light. Thank you so much, the Vasco Club, for taking this initiative. I will be evaluating Toastmaster Swayam. He will be presenting level 1, project 3. His path is visionary communication. Swayam feels that when you're all set and positive and communicate effectively, you can influence others in front of you, the audience, and most importantly, you can influence yourself the best way possible. So Swayam today will be talking on a better you. So all the very best, and over to you, Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Aarti's come all the way from Marga and is part of ICG Toastmasters here today just to support the Vasco Toastmasters Club. And if you've been able to gauge from the way she speaks, her best part about any occasion is, can you guess? Come on, show me some energy. Conversations, almost close, Marshall. Thank you for that. I'd now like to call upon our first speaker for the day, Toastmaster Swayam. A better you, Toastmaster Swayam Naik. Toastmaster Swayam Naik, a better you.
Once a great man said, I'll rather die eating than do dieting. Wait, it was no great man. It was my friend Aditya. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. To start, as you can see, I have two food items, packet of chips and a bell pepper. What's the cost of each of these items? This ain't the question that matters. Rather, can anyone tell me what contains in this packet of chips? Chips. I know. Today, I'm not here to promote an anti-Lays campaign. In fact, I'm here to promote change by adapting to a healthy lifestyle and exercising. Exercise. Sounds like a Herculean task, isn't it? I also thought the same thing 3 years ago. As I was an unhealthy kid, eating junk, drinking soft drinks, I was quite obese. My schoolmates used to call me all the stereotypical names called to a fat person. Eventually, this body shaming started affecting me mentally. So, I decided to exercise and started working out 2 to 3 times a week, which was quite less considering my diet was still messed up. Results were hard to get. So last year, when I went through mental breakdowns because of just wandering around at home, doing nothing, just overthinking, I decided to add exercise to my daily routine, complementing it with balancing my diet by cutting down on sugary drinks, which are high in artificial sugar, which is very bad for you. So now, the question arising is, what is the easiest way to lose weight? It's a simple equation. Burn more than what you consume. Eat in a calorie deficit. Burn more calories by lifting more weights, doing short, high intensity training, and so on. Complement this with eating healthy calories, whose macros should be divided into protein, carbs, and healthy fats. And also drink water at a proper amount. Don't dehydrate yourself. Last and definitely not the least, the thing which is most important and is interconnected to everything, sleep. One must have at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep every day for your mind to relax and body to recover for the next day. So it's a long process. Be patient, stick to it, and enjoy your life. I have been told that I have a long way to go and many more new things to learn. Just remember, what hurts today makes you stronger tomorrow. Now, try to recollect the small interrogation I conducted at the beginning. I asked, what contains in this packet of chips? To be precise, it is with nitrogen gas for its preservation. And sliced potatoes, and saturated fats. and it says it is 230 calories. And for sure, it will hardly fill you up. So now the choice is yours. The bell pepper or this packet of chips. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
I believe that this was his first speech in person. Can he hear that more than me? Thank you, audience. In fact, yes, this was his first speech in person to a crowd. And from his speech that you must have gauged, his favorite part of a celebration is when the buffet opens, because he thinks that's the only business he has at any celebration. So now, after the first speaker, I'd like all of y'all to quickly take a minute and give our first speaker a little feedback of what you thought was great, what could be improved, and what you liked about his speech. Since this is an offline meeting and we have a lot of crowd here, we have something known as the Ballads. This is an old tradition at Toastmasters, which a lot of us may have not known, been introduced to, or may have forgotten because of the virtual setup. But this is where the entire Toastmasters meeting is divided into the sections and each of the roles have been mentioned. All you have to do is fill in the names, write your little piece of advice and feedback and give it to the respective person. So, can I quickly request two people to help me distribute this? Just pass it on. Okay, just pass it on. Since this activity is going to take more than 1 minute, would you guys be interested in being entertained by me, or would you like to take that to maybe jot down your feedback and compose your thoughts?
Well, allow me to introduce the word of the day. I forgot.
Oh, yes. See, there's always room for some or the other form of entertainment in the form of infotainment. I call back our comedian to introduce the word of the day.
So this is generally what happens to critics. Huh? I thought that I will be a critic, seeing everybody listening to the speeches and coming out at you said wrong, you said that wrong. I broke the first rule. So the word of the day for us today is niche. And basically niche is a compartment where you, especially in walls, where you keep your precious metals or a statue kind of a thing. The other way in the marketing terminology is creating an USP for yourself within a bigger market. Like, say, to give you an example, cars, there are multiple brands, but Mercedes has created a niche or Audi has created a niche for it. Similarly, in personal, what is the innate talent which allows a person to be better than the other guys? And that can be anything. So, like a person may create a niche as a writer. So, please use the word niche in your speeches. So I would apologize on that. You could not do that. I'm very sorry for that. Thank you.
Toastmasters, we do not very often apologize, but we believe in rectifying the mistakes, and that's exactly what our role player has done today. Swam, don't worry about it. You created a niche by delivering a speech first time so confidently. So a huge round of applause for that. And I believe our 1 minute is up, timer. So whenever you guys are done with the feedback, please pass it on to our speaker, Swayam. Or you can also do it during the break. I mean, if you're not familiar with the agenda, there is a break section. That's why I mentioned about the snacks in the first place. So moving on in our first section of prepared speeches, I'd like to now call upon our second speaker for the evening. But before I do that, I'd like to call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Vishwaja, who will help us understand what his speech is all about. A very good evening, Toastmasters, guests, and Toastmasters who are attending virtually. My speaker, Toastmaster Ashley, is doing his level 3, project 2, elective project in his
Pathways Presentation Mastery. Now, this project has two purpose statements. The first one is for the member to introduce or review basic presentation software strategies for creating and using slides to support or enhance a speech. Basically, he needs to learn how to build a good presentation software. The second point is for the member to demonstrate his or her understanding of how to use the software, creation of slides, and the technology into a speech. So he has to see how he can enhance his speech using the presentation software. All the best to you, Toastmaster Ashley. I'm intrigued to know about your killer affair. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Vishwaja. Our dearest Toastmaster Vishwaja comes from ICG Toastmasters and is here today again to support the Vasco Toastmasters Club on their anniversary special. And her favorite part of an occasion is decorating and dressing up. But when she did tell me that her 21st birthday was her favorite occasion, and I happened to ask her why, she said, simply because I couldn't think of an answer to give you. I now like to call upon our speaker, second speaker for the day, Toastmaster Ashley. Killer Affair, Toastmaster Ashley Fernandez. Toastmaster Ashley Fernandez, Killer Affair.
Thank you. Dear Modi of the day, Toastmaster Meena. Do you remember the first time that you ever went to a cinema theater? This was the question I posed to my students in class, and the answer was shocking. None of them have attended a movie. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and everyone present here, and my movie lovers. A big shout out to you. Let me ask you that question. How many of us here have attended a movie at a cinema theater? Many of us. And if I ask you the first time, then we'll have to go back in memory. But I remember when was my first time, because it was at school. And the and then we are out of the bus. And I would only have this thought in my head thinking, if it was such a short distance, why don't we just walk? But that was the way our school would take us there. And when we were in the theater, the first time I ever went, I was awestruck. I could sit with my friends. And when the movie started, I looked at the screen and I said, wow, such a big TV. But that was my journey to be at the theater. Now, the journey of cinema has one of them looks like Farhan Akhtar, but that isn't Farhan Akhtar, that is his father, Javed Akhtar, and Salim Khan, who were considered as the godfathers of Indian cinema. We move on to the next slide. Next slide. It's okay. It's okay. You can move. Can anybody tell me the answer to this? Let me see how many of us know about the journey of cinema. Raja Harishchandra. Yes, that was the first movie ever made, the feature film that was ever made. I know the answer is very obvious. I wasn't testing you, but the point that I'm trying to make is it has been a journey for Indian cinema to come that far from Raja Harishchandra to what movies we have now. Next slide. Okay, the reason why I put the crap there was that there is someone who is acting like a killer for Indian cinema. And according to me, OTT or over the top is the next technology, and we consider it as the next viewership technique for everyone. There are a lot of options that you will find in OTT, but it's silently killing the culture of cinemas or cinema theaters, I would say. And the quality that a crap has is it always pulls the other person down. So OTT is trying to do that to our Indian cinema theaters. My opinion still stays the same when it comes to cinema in the theaters. And the first part that I like about our theaters is the experience. Imagine sitting on nice recliners, having a coffee in your hand and enjoying a movie. That is the experience that I'm looking for. If you haven't seen a recliner, it's right at the back, but they've all marked them as X, so we can't use them. Second part is the wait. I remember many of my friends, when the movie would come out, they would go and stand in line. First day, first show was the concept. They would buy tickets in black. And then there was this thing like, you were the winner if you had a ticket with you and you go and watch the movie first day, first show. But now everybody is ready to wait. They are ready to wait even 8 days after the movie is released to watch it. And finally, the part that I love is the me time. How about taking your family out to a movie? Maybe just driving there for the sake of taking your car along with your family there. But this me time that I'm talking about is all about making memories. And memories is what you make when you go to places like these. Indian cinema has been a very, very integral part of our memories. Most of us have memories when we come down to a cinema theater like this. Next. I would like to leave you with a thought, and that is the best thing about memories is making them. And what I feel is if you're going to watch 10 movies in a month, watch 8 on OTT and 2 in a theater like this. And also, let's make the killer affair a love affair for Indian cinema. I leave you over with that thought. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashley. For those of you who are not very aware or not very acquainted with Toastmaster Ashley, by profession, he's an MC and humor comes to him naturally. But this is the first time I speak about something serious, and this is definitely something that is close to my heart. In fact, I have been a movie buff and my record stands at 6 movies in a cinema theater on a single day. So claps for myself for that. This brings us to the end of our first section, that's the prepared speech section. And I'd like each one of us present over here to take 1 minute and provide feedback to our speaker. Timer, please indicate at 1 minute. Well, that concludes the first section of our meeting for today evening. Now at Toastmasters, we also have something which is meant to inspire and encourage our speakers, and hence it's called the voting. Since we have 2 speakers, I'd like to check with the timer if both the speakers have qualified.
Yes, both.
Okay. In the same ballots that you've been provided, you realize that there's a section for best speaker. For those attending online, Toastmaster Anthony will help share a link which is to the Mentimeter that you can take and vote for the best speaker. For those attending offline, I'd request you to write in the name of the best speaker that you feel was great or amazing today evening. And it's not that the second one wasn't there, but maybe something clicked more. The two speakers for today was Toastmaster Swayam and Toastmaster Ashley. Timer, please indicate for 1 minute. In the meanwhile, for those attending online, I'd also like to request you to maybe rename yourselves to the participant's name that you joined, because some of you all have probably joined on a different link. So kindly rename yourself as the attendees. I'd like to request Toastmaster Shivani, the VP Ed of our club, to help us collect the ballots. There's no need to hurry. She will be coming around to collect the ballots, and you can be seated at your seat itself. Or if you prefer passing your ballots, there's no leakage of results that's going to happen. You can do that as well. Let's quickly have that happen. Vote for the best speaker. This brings us to the end of our first section, and we'd now like to progress towards our second section of the evening. Now, a lot of people have very often said that this section is a little scary, but a lot of people at the end of the section, after participating, have also said it's one of the most exhilarating opportunities of coming onto the stage and speaking impromptu. We have the table topic section coming up next, and for that, I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Akansha. Now, Toastmaster Akansha believes that when she cleared her first ACCA exam, and I had to Google that, and all I can say is that it's related to accounting. When she cleared her ACCA examination, that was her best celebration so far. She had a quiet moment celebration with her friend in an Italian restaurant, and that's where comes the favorite part of any celebration, the food. So now calling upon Toastmaster Akansha, over to you. We have a round of applause. Yes, yes.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Akansha, and I'm your table topics master for the evening. The table topics is the fun segment of the Toastmasters meeting, as it is an impromptu speech session wherein I'll be giving a random topic to a participant who is then supposed to speak on it for 1 minute, and for a minimum of 1 minute and a maximum of 2. The best part about this session is it is open for all. So I encourage all our guests to actively participate in the table topics. Now, with regards to today's meeting, since it is an anniversary celebration, and we are so fortunate to have been able to put up a hybrid meeting, I thought to seize the most of this opportunity by bringing in a mystery box. Now, this mystery box consists of various items that I'll randomly pick from. We also have a digital mystery box for our virtual meeting members as well. Now, most of you must be thinking that you are supposed to speak about the prop, which is true, but here's the catch. You are supposed to actually try and sell the prop. So in today's table topic session, you won't just be able to develop your skills in the niche of impromptu speaking, but selling pitches as well. So let's see who actually can take up the niche of marketing. You can be as creative as possible. You can come up with your very own version of the product's purpose and make that a USP, or you can create a jingle to sell the product. I hope everyone gives this a shot. So let's begin the session. Now, in order to break the ice and familiarize everyone with the concept of table topics, I would like to call upon our very own Toastmaster for the first round. Anyone would like to volunteer from amongst the Toastmasters? Okay. We have guest Marshall. Let's see what the mystery box has got for it.
It looks scary.
You got a hairband.
Perfect, thank you. This hairband. Men, how many of y'all are fed up or frustrated with your respective girlfriends or wives or spouses, whoever it is? Could I have a raise of hand, please? Could I have a raise of hand? Or all of us single? Oops, who cares? This is supposed to be a hairband, but it has another unique feature. If you feel yourself frustrated at home with your spouse, with your girlfriend, with your wife, with your kids, with your brothers or sisters, you do not need to search for a rope or, go onto the fan and hang yourself, because you never know. The fan might never be able to take our weight. So take the most easiest thing. You will find this in any girl's closet. Just put it around your neck and that will be the end. Do you agree with me, Mr. Taimo? No. Over to you, table topic master.
Thanks, Marshall. So this is what I've been talking about. You can actually come up with your own creative version of the products used. Don't worry, it is not a very challenge. There are not many challenging products. I've got pretty much saleable items. It's just a matter of luck. So anyone else would like to volunteer and experiment with their luck? Yes, Ray?
So Vasco Toastmaster is here.
My club is going to beat me up.
We have sticky notes.
Which club are you?
No heckling.
Sir.
Why, sir? Because they are too sticky. See, that's the point of them. They have to be sticky, sir. That's what holds us together. Please buy. I have kids. Please, sir. These notes are very important, sir. You can write your anniversary date, your wife's birthday date, all those important dates. You can write it close to your heart, sir.
Okay, anyone else would like to buy from me these sticky notes? Because they are very important in your life. To me personally, I love sticky notes. And if you have been to my desk, you will see sticky notes everywhere. I would have quotes on one side. I would have important dates on one side. And all my deadlines on the other side. So that is why you should understand why sticky notes are so important. They help you remember. And see this color, yellow, so vibrant, so beautiful. When I look at it, I'm like, so lovely. And that is why you need these sticky notes. You can contact me after the meeting, or you can purchase them right now. Over to you, table.
Yes, Marshall, that was a very funny way of selling the sticky notes. I must say you should really try marketing as your niche. So, anyone from Toastmasters would like to volunteer? Toastmaster Shivani?
Shivani. Shivani. Good.
Let's see what the mystery box has for you. A sock. Yeah, and let me be very clear. Please do not assume it a pair of sock. It is just one sock. Is it a used one? No.
It's choice.
Yeah.
Should I start? Timer?
Yes.
Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to Vasco Toastmasters Club. I have a friend with me here. Can you see this?
Yes.
This is Mr. Sock. Say hi to Mr. Sock.
I'm
Mr. Sock can do everything. It can dance, it can talk, and it can be torn. What is this? This is multi-talent of Mr. Sock. Mr. Sock can also be naked. And Mr. Sock can enter anybody's body. Mr. Sock is super talented. You ask Mr. Sock any question and Mr. Sock will answer. Come on, try. My niche is being a sock, Clyde. You can't see that?
What's your profession, Mr. Sock?
It is being a sock, Anthony. Simple. Try harder. Yes, I just showed you. Anybody has any questions about Mr. Sock, please go ahead. Mr. Sock is reusable. Mr. Sock can be used by anyone. And Mr. Sock can do everything. So if anybody has any questions for Mr. Sock will solve it. That's another part of Mr. Sock. Yes, Ray. Mr. Sock won't tell you. That's a mystery. And it's not a mystery box, Ray. Yes. If anybody is interested in buying Mr. Sock, please contact Akansha. Thank you.
Funny yet creative. Now enough of the selling perspective. Let's have a conversational duo between a buyer and a seller. So this time I want 2 volunteers. Can we have our area director, Rajesh Kenkle, please? Woo! Now I would like to call upon our guest.
Yes, can I volunteer? Hello?
Yes, Akshay, can you hear us?
Yes, Toastmaster. Yeah, Anthony, Toastmaster Anthony, I can hear you, but you're very soft. So, yes. Am I audible to you?
Yes.
But your voice is very soft. Okay, no problem. Toastmaster Akanksha Parihar, go ahead.
Toastmaster Akshay, we will see if the table topic master wants to change the modality of the topic that is given, or maybe we will have you next after Toastmaster Rajesh.
Oh, thank you.
Guest Blossom or guest Varish?
Varun. Come on,
You can decide amongst yourselves who wants to be the seller and who wants to be the buyer.
Option is yours.
I'll buy.
You buy or sell.
Okay. Let's see. So we have a keypad phone.
Keypad phone. So these are the old ones.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you know the name of this place?
Yes, it's the name and the date, 1930.
Yes. So old is gold, my dear friend. And this phone is from the 1990s. It's the time when the phones were just invented. Remember? Just the time it was no WhatsApp, it was no disturbance, only pure communication on the phone. And old is gold. So this phone, the value of this is definitely much more. But since you have come as a guest for the first anniversary meeting of the Vasco Toastmasters, we have a discount running on this.
So would you like to take a try?
I would definitely like to try the phone, but I do not understand why you say that old is gold. I mean, it is in essence that the thought is what counts. But being a 90s kid, I have used that device and it has given me nothing but pain in my fingers.
I know, as our first speaker said, the heart of today is the growth of tomorrow. Actually doesn't require any touch glass or a screen. See, absolutely no problem. However much time you may do. So I think this is the first and the best part of this. It is broken. My dear friend, it actually comes broken. So that actually enhances its value of being please go ahead for it.
Isn't that Japanese concept wherein you sell the broken things and make it seem like gold?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Please. So, yeah, anything else you'd like to say against the phone before I do the final pitch?
Yeah. So, all I can think about this is all the bad memories that I have with this phone. Even the alarms or the ringtones that were there was pure cacophony. There was nothing good about these phones, except probably the game Snake. That game took me through all. Bounce, and that was a colored game. Yeah.
See, my dear friend, as our second speaker said, memories are to be made. So this is the phone for which you to make memories, and I really urge you all, you to please take this and
My God, Rajesh, you are a really good seller. I think I'll take that as count.
That was a very interesting and a funny duo between the buyer and the seller. So now I would like to give a chance for a digital mystery box. Someone volunteered, right?
Akshay. Akshay?
Yes, yeah. Yes, I'm there. Am I audible?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Hello, Toastmaster Akanksha. We have to explain me what is the things. I am visually impaired. I can't see this screen.
Okay.
You have to explain me what is that.
Yeah, definitely. So, Akshay, you've got a deck of cards, something which we all use during the lockdown.
What is that?
A deck of cards.
Something what we are doing? What you said? What is it?
A deck of cards is something that we used a lot during the lockdown. So you have to try and sell the deck of cards.
Okay. How many of you are familiar with the deck of cards? Please raise your hand. Or you can raise hand virtually, which will really help for the lockdown. And you can also use to show something. It contains niche here, especially during the Toastmasters meetings. You can also use deck of cards because it's really useful. And those who wants to buy these cards, don't hesitate, because this card is very cheap. Because many times people says this card is very expensive. But no, this will really helpful you as a Toastmaster. If you want to show timing cards, or if you want to show something else in the Toastmasters, it will really help you. Please do contact me. Any of you wants this a deck of cards so that I can send you virtually. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Akshay. Now, timer, how much time do I have?
We have 6 more minutes.
Okay. Guest Varish or guest Blossom, would you like to volunteer?
Go for it.
Guest Varish, you get an alarm clock.
Sell it
Yeah, you can try to sell it.
to anyone.
Yeah, anyone from the audience.
Good morning. Good evening, guys. My name is Parish. In times of technology, I just want some time, 1 minute. Okay, I just think up and I'll come. Okay, I'll just stand here only. Good evening, guys. What is the first thing that a person picks up? Like, you know, uh, by which source does he need to pick up in the morning to go to his job or anything else? That's alarm clock, which is the source of livelihood for every person. I myself use two phones. I mean, my alarm clocks to wake the hell out of me. This is a company named Casio, and this is got multi-functional features like this. And this is a very this has a very great sound, which can wake you up within seconds. I would this cost not would you like to have a try this? It's a very Casio alarm clock. Cost 1,000. No problem. You go to somebody else. Sabraj. This is alarm clock made from Casio company. It picks you up very quickly. Doesn't get you I don't know bed for too long. It just makes you wake up compulsory. Even if you go up to the bed and sleep, he just tell you get up and get up.
I think
this is a very good.
Anthony will give this to me because we are running late on the agenda. So I accept this.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Varish. Timer, do we have time for one more round of
Yes.
We can. Toastmaster Amit, would you like to go to prayer?
Sure.
So Amit, you get a diary.
Should I start?
Yes.
This is a magic book. Whatever you write over here, it will be true. So, anybody would like to buy this book? Whatever you write over here will be true today. I do also have a similar kind of book, okay? And what I write over there is my tiny things. I make tiny habits on this, and they come out true. Why do I make tiny habits? It's because if you want to make a bigger habit, okay, you have to start tiny. And you, in order to make things planned, you need to have a diary. Okay, so this is one of those diaries. Whatever you write will come true to you. If you want to be good at exercising, write it down. Say that about 5 minutes I'll be doing exercise. I said 5 minutes, not 30 minutes, not an hour. But yes, that's how you'll be doing your habit making skills. Yeah. Anybody would like to buy this? Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amit. It was a great selling session that we had at the Global Topics Dinner. So let's see who actually ends up becoming the best table topic speaker, or shall I say the best seller or best marketer. I hand over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akansha. Timer, have all the participants qualified?
Yes.
I'll quickly read out the names of the participants. For those present offline, you have another section in your very own ballots to vote for the best table topic speaker. For those offline, I'll be sharing the link. Just a second. It's created. I'll share it with you. I'll send it to you right now. Okay. Okay. We have Toastmaster Marshall Joseph, ex-Toastmaster in between future Toastmaster Ray Gomes, Toastmaster Shivani Kini, Toastmaster Rajesh Kenkre, Toastmaster Varun Jadhav, Toastmaster Akshay Bhangle, guest and hopefully future to be Toastmaster Varish Fernandez, and Toastmaster Amit Naik. Is there a way? For those present offline, please cast your vote for the best table topic speaker, and Toastmaster Shivani will help collect the ballots. It's already on. For those present online, Toastmaster Anthony will be sharing the voting link with you in about 20 seconds. So Toastmaster Anthony has just shared the link online. In the meanwhile, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of our district director, DTM Mukta Natkar, who's especially here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, DTM Mukta, for being here today. Would you like to address the crowd over here, because of hybrid gathering, and we could definitely do with your vivaciousness?
Oh no, actually I just joined to relax and watch and enjoy this wonderful hybrid meeting. It's absolutely superb that you've taken the initiative to do a hybrid meeting. In fact, my very own club, Pune Advanced Toastmasters Club, has had a hybrid meeting this afternoon, which I could not attend. And I was feeling quite left out. So what better place to come than to Goa to attend a hybrid meeting. So congratulations to all of you for taking this first step in getting out of your homes and having this meeting. And I'm just going to sit back and enjoy. But whatever you do, you know, in Toastmasters, just enjoy every meeting, enjoy the company, the learning, and that's what we're all here for. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, DTM Mukta. I'd also like to thank all of those supporting us online today, like Toastmaster Aniket, there's DTM Abrar, there's Toastmaster Akshay, and I believe from Goa YMCA, Sion as a club member. From Goa YMCA, and we have a lot of members who've had to who faced technical difficulties while joining, so I had to join through Anthony's link. And I think no better occasion than to ask them to read him currently and maybe switch on your video so we could quickly take a hybrid photograph. I don't know how that's possible, but yes. We ask our participants to quickly switch on their videos as well. I'm a gallery view. Hey, we have Toastmaster Jason and the little budding one. Are we having more videos?
What about us?
Okay, this is the best thing I know how to do, so I will take a selfie and try and capture as much as I can. Please take screenshots as well. Sorry, this is a very bad habit as an ex-VPPR. I need photographs, so I'm just current elections and the voting. Topic speaker. Of a lot of people, some of our speakers have said it out loud, and I'm sure a lot of you are thinking it out loud. Yes, it's time for the break, and this is where the snacks come in. But I'll have to make a very quick request. Of course, and we have also a few props kept on the desks outside and a little souvenir for each one of you present here today. That is your stomachs come back to the session with energy and click loads of pictures. See you in 10 minutes. If the people participating online can see the videos, have interactive sessions, would be great. Sorry, no snacks for you.
So Toastmaster Meenal, actually, it's a session, offline session, Vasco, where in some other place.
This is being held at 1930 Vasco.
1930. It's an auditorium, right? Or it's a open air. What happened?
Currently, we are in an auditorium in the form of a theater.
A theater in the form of
Okay, I'm hungry. I'm just hungry. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, such a pleasure. I'm seeing so many Anthonys on screen. Yeah,
there are people.
Because we had some trouble.
When you step out to your left, and those of you
I think we had some trouble with the link.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
It's okay. I'm only joking. Yeah, I understand.
But someone has named. Have you named yourself a division director?
No. Somebody named me. I think somebody it's okay.
So I think the Zoom master, please rename me as the surname only. There is slightly error is there. It's BHANGLE.
We recognize you by voice, Akshay.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's
Jason,
good,
you
huh?
can switch on your video. We would like to see
I
your baby
know,
again.
Jason, that your baby is so adorable.
move
Oh
now.
my goodness.
So we have the second baby Toastmaster from Maksa.
Oh my gosh, look at those cheeks. How are you,
hello.
Jason?
Good. Good.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Hi, Didier Mukta. Good evening.
Hi, Akshay. Good evening.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice to talk to you.
And
Yes.
you.
I'm good.
Why are you
So,
with your video off?
no, actually, I can't start my video, but I'm from my home.
Hey, hi. I can see a familiar face in Goa.
Go again. Retake. Retake 101. Okay. So now we have. You guys are missing out. This is a vanilla chocolate chip cupcake, and we have a Toastmaster.
I think even we should go and get a cup of
That is how it is. One of the best cupcakes in town is joined Vasco Toastmasters.
You guys are being really mean, man.
Missing all this, huh?
You should have come.
We have
I know, I will as soon as this, just a couple of, hey, hi. Hi.
like it.
Hi.
How about we take a bite of
Take a bite of this. Take a bite.
Yeah, I think I also better get one cup of coffee for me.
Hi, Jason.
Very tempting.
Hello. Like, how can you see us over there? You'll have a big screen there.
Like here is where the phone is when I'm looking at you, and
Yeah.
this is the screen that I can see you guys. So here I just see myself.
Turn the phone, turn the camera towards what you can see. It's a nice setup, actually. Oh, I see. So it's on the big screen.
would join us for the
Interesting.
and
Very nice. Yeah. Excellent setup.
Don't tell anybody I moved the camera. There's some setting here.
I think I asked for too much. Then.
Yeah, everybody's all out enjoying cupcakes, and I'm messing around here.
Yeah. Go grab yours, man.
Yeah, it's quite complicated.
You're not going to get it.
Yeah. This is how you bribe. Do give us extra brownie points.
Hi, Nigel.
Anthony, say something. They all.
Where did you get the cupcake from? Yeah. Where is the cupcake from?
I don't know what to say. Slide feedback.
Hungry dish. पहले पेट उसके बाद feedback.
Yes. ये तेरा फोन. Front camera here.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Anthony, here we unboxing.
Siona, see what you're missing.
Here's a tissue.
Come and have sex. Nobody is there. I will have it.
Let's just keep it right up. unknowing.
Really good.
Online. Fiona, Akbar, you're there.
Anthony's are there. Anyone who's not got a snack box? I have not. Let me please get your address. Yeah, I will. Yeah. Full lighting. I'm still checking. Give you another one.
And there was not a dull in the meeting before the meeting or after the meeting. So I've been enjoying it. And I've become
Awesome. Thank you. Now let's get
We didn't want to feel left out, right, Siona?
Yeah, that's why I grabbed my copy as well.
But the thing is, no, we missed the hybrid meeting. I mean, we missed the offline, all the excitement and all the enthusiasm. But next time we'll see. We'll try to meet in person. Isn't it? No?
Yes,
No, Siona? We'll meet definitely.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Siona, what's this place? It looks lovely. It looks beautiful.
It's called 1930.
Okay.
It's like a mall with an auditorium.
Okay.
And it's a movie theater. And I think it's 40 or 80 seater auditorium.
Oh, wow.
It's a theater, movie theater.
Very excellent.
We had our first meeting also there. This is the second time we're having.
Wow.
The first open mic session that we had before starting the Vasco Toastmasters.
Okay.
We had it over there.
Excellent. And they have like a little cafeteria there to serve snacks.
Yes.
Wonderful. I see
Hopefully
Marshall.
we will be able to. Hopefully we will be able to join with them and change the name to 1930 Vasco Toastmasters Club or something.
Okay, wow. That's fantastic idea.
It's in the heart of the city and it's a good location actually.
Good, yeah.
They have paid parking as well, so parking is no problem.
No problem. I think you've got quite a few guests today, isn't it?
Yes.
A lot of guests today.
Yeah. Nice to see so many.
Yeah.
How is it going in Pune?
Good, very good. Today, even Pune Advanced Toastmasters had their first hybrid meeting. So Shirish went for it. And I had my trio training today with World Headquarters from 7:30 in the morning. We started our first session at 7:30. Then we finished. Then I went to Hyderabad for a meeting at 4 o'clock. And I said, but I wanted to come here. So I said, let me come here last so that I can stay till the end, you know.
Yeah, nice. Nice. It's nice. It gives us it's a motivation to have you guys attend even for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, I always loved coming here. So it was, I just didn't want to come early and then leave and then go to another meeting. So I said, let me finish those and come here so I can relax.
You missed both the speakers. We had excellent speakers. So
I know. That's the problem these days, that I always miss a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
But at least I try and be there for a little while. So today, this Hyderabad meeting, their theme was Grand Slams of tennis. So then they, said come for a little while. So I went. It's okay.
Okay. I hope those things become better for all of us.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, today I heard that some offices have opened and people are going in twice a week. So I think maybe, people are trying.
Yeah, but they're also expecting the third wave.
Yeah.
The Delta
Yeah.
variant.
Yeah. The variant, yeah. Once you go out to eat, it's very difficult to come back.
We're meeting after a long time.
अरे बाथरूम दे रहे उसका अरे यार इजी बिटवीन वाट गया
Okay, just
I thought I had seen Farida join.
Yeah.
Hi, Aniket.
Yeah.
Hi, Alvina. And hi, Akbar.
Akbar's also here.
Yes, I said hi to Akshay. Most of them are Anthony.
Hi. Hi. This is Toastmasters, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yes, yes. Okay.
I was just going through who all are connected.
Hi, Sienna. Hi.
Hi, Akbar. Hi.
Hi.
We all the three goons should take a picture, okay?
Yeah.
Only 3 goms are there?
There are
That's
4.
bad.
Keen is the club.
Hi.
Yeah.
No, I thought you were taking
Like that, there are so many goms in Goa.
Hey, let's not push.
Whose phone is this? Anthony, whose phone is this?
My dad's.
No, use that. I'll disconnect.
Hi, Akbar.
Hey, Anthony.
Can you put on your video if you don't mind?
Yeah, I haven't seen Akbar for a long time. Akbar?
Aniket is not well.
Yeah, hi, Sienna.
They can see her.
They can see us. Hi, Mukta, ma'am. How are you?
Good. Enjoying our tea.
Yes, yes, us too. Nice to see you all.
Hi, Mukta.
Hi.
Mukta.
Hi, Akbar.
Hey there, Akbar as well. DTM Akbar. Nice to see you.
Hi.
Oh, yes, nice to meet you. Welcome to the Vasco Toastmasters break time.
Break session. Specify.
Break session. But seriously, one.
You're all enjoying outside. Please call them.
Right now, the camera.
What is that, Akbar?
You're tempting us with the snakes, I'm saying.
Yes, you should have come, Akbar. I'm telling you. Rajesh is here. Clyde is here. I'm just forgetting where to see, you know. Not working?
It is working overtime.
Because the video is here, audio is here, and the output is here. And the visuals are here.
360 cameras, right?
I know. She's like, don't know where to see.
Hi, Akbar.
Yeah, Ray.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
The two Gomes.
The two Gomes.
Third Gomes. Nigel, come.
The third Gomes.
The third Gomes. I don't know who's taking
The
a
Gomes
picture,
trio.
but- Hi. Just like you'll have the trio, we are the Gomes trio.
RAM.
Who's that? Sorry. Guys, I think we should start. Why did you put this off?
Meeting offline is, you can't compare to the online meetings, no?
Absolutely not. Absolutely. Gosh, I'm itching to go to last Saturday we had an outdoor meeting.
Okay.
So we went to a place called Khadakwasla near Pune. 20 of us went, and we went early morning, had breakfast, had a 2-hour meeting, had games, lunch. It was a great outdoor meeting.
Final pictures, final understanding.
I think that's what's keeping the interest alive, alive, to do something different. At least once in a way, then it just energizes everybody, and then they don't mind.
Yeah. In Goa, I think only Vasco and ICG had during the lockdown these hybrid meetings.
Yeah.
No, to interrupt, actually, Goa, even TIM, they also had Toastmasters International Margao. I attended their meeting, hybrid meeting also too. It was in February. It was in February 24th.
Yes,
We have the camera set up here. Guys, please settle down. Let's start. We are starting in another 2 minutes.
Quick photograph before we start.
Quick photograph before we start. Please put your mask on.
The
Mask
mask
on.
had to be on when you're outside, not when you're sitting.
Okay. The snacks was so good that now Siona wants us, to wear mask and not to eat those snacks. No, we are already done with that.
Chalo, quick.
Quick. Come quickly.
Yeah.
Let's take a photo.
Abrar said after this daru party, it seems.
Outside.
The division,
Personal. Non-Toastmasters.
the district director is hearing you.
I'm also waiting to join you.
Yeah, she's invited too.
We have this unofficial jamming sessions. Do stay back.
I will also bring my drink online. Don't worry.
Done. That sounds awesome.
Guys,
Hey!
come for a quick
We
picture.
already had our coffee.
This has to go in front, no?
So as soon as the sun goes down, then the next round.
Wow, look at that.
I know.
So,
masks be pen.
Fugga.
Akbar, you should have your video on. Akshay unfortunately
Akbar.
can't.
Okay.
Hi,
Okay.
Dr. Akbar.
There.
Good evening.
Ray.
Okay. Yeah, I'll call someone to play.
That laughter only makes us.
So, from there, so that we get.
I think someone's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's calling someone.
Meenal, I don't think you'll be visible.
From there, yes.
Rahul, how will you be visible? President.
Hey, hello.
क्या कर रहा है?
Hello.
Amit, you also in the frame.
Yeah.
Please.
Hey, oh, ऐसा.
Hey,
Respect the
come
devil, bro.
this side, no? Come
Give
this
the
side. Come this side.
केवल ले लिया फुग्गे ले लेंगे
Audible?
And visible? Are we audible and visible?
Baba, projector.
Very audible.
Can you go?
Oh, that's a nice picture.
Yeah, try to get the screen also if possible, please.
Super picture.
Yeah, if possible, no.
Thank you. Wait, don't move.
Your videos on everybody.
Why am I the only one wearing mask?
Are you good?
Thank you.
Check.
Anthony, can you zoom on this?
Yes.
Can you zoom on this?
On what?
Kelly.
Yes.
This is wider. You need to be closer.
Okay, guys, settle down.
We'll take more
In life.
photos after that.
That is getting carried away. Toastmasters.
Just ensure that all the cameras which are there, the speakers are off.
There some form of energy that has been restored?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Still not there.
Yes.
Thank you. So now that we're done with 2.5 sections, considering the break, we come to the final section of today's evening, and that is the evaluation section. For this, we need someone who has witnessed the entire meeting and is going to give their feedback. Also call upon the role players to give their evaluations and reports, and probably tell us how the entire meeting went and what is it that we could do better. I now call upon Toastmaster Nigel.
Moment. Okay, welcome back, Toastmasters and guests. After that sumptuous meal, which was pretty interesting, and the long chat that we've had, we come back to our meeting, and now we begin with the evaluation section of Toastmasters. Now, for those of you that are guests, the evaluation section is a part where, like the Toastmasters of the day mentioned, the evaluator gives an evaluation to the speakers based on the specific objectives as defined in pathways. That is the education manual of Toastmasters. Okay, so first up, for the first speaker, we have Toastmaster Aarti, who was the evaluator for Toastmaster Swayam. Toastmaster Aarti, the floor is yours.
Okay, a very good evening once again. Swayam, a Toastmaster Swayam Naik. Okay, to start with, when you introduced or when you gave the title to me, I was actually wondering, there was a lot of pondering going on as to better you. So, there was so much for me to wonder as to what is he going to talk about. Is it going to be this motivational speech, or is it going to be this think of self-realization? And, my imagination actually ran wild. But when you came on stage and with a packet of Lays and capsicum, I was actually wondering, I'm like, oh my God, what where are we heading towards? And trust me, the way you started was wonderful. There was a lot of humor. You just got us all captivated. There was a punch in your start because, trust me, we all were in splits. So that was wonderful. There was a lot of eye contact. There was a lot of honesty in your speech. I love the way you spoke about body shaming. You spoke about your personal experiences, which were wonderful, and accepting what you have gone through and come to terms with it and move above is something that takes a lot of work. And it's wonderful that you've, evolved with time, and kudos to that. Another thing was being your first time on stage, preparing and presenting the speech. I think you did a fabulous job. Your body language was very good. You seemed very comfortable, and also you made the audience very comfortable, which actually takes a lot. Generally, the tendency to battle with your own nervousness is what we see with first timers, but it's amazing that you were so confident, you were so comfortable with yourself, you were so comfortable with the audience, and you actually kept all of us rapt, and we wanted more of what you were about to present. You spoke that communication has a very important role in influencing. A little thing that you could focus on would be using the floor space. Do justice to the floor space. Instead of, standing at one place, move about, feel comfortable. Oh my God, it's fun. Move about, express more, use voice modulation, because your content, what you have, is absolutely in place. But if you, use the voice modulation appropriately, dude, you're going to have an impact. So that's something which you can work on, because you definitely have the potential. Overall, it was very informative. So you had a lovely blend of humor, you had a lovely blend of information, and as all of us are moving towards being health conscious, dude, you gave us a proper calorie chart and what we should be watchful about while choming and what we just did. So that was another thing, and I loved your expression. So very good. Over to you.
Toastmaster Aarti. With that, we have our next evaluator, that is Toastmaster Vishwaja, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Ashley. Toastmaster Vishwaja, the screen and the floor is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Be it कुछ होता है राहुल, तुम नहीं समझो. Or the famous Harry Potter dialogue. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa. We all love movies. And the magic of movies was recreated by my speaker today, Toastmaster Ashley. Especially listening to the speech in the theater converted into an auditorium. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters present virtually here today and guests. Toastmaster Ashley, you started with an intriguing question that was, have you ever watched movies in theaters? And I'm sure you would all agree to me that this question got all of us hooked onto the speech from the very beginning and kept us captivated throughout. Having a live audience in front of you and being that calm, you have a God gift. If it was me, I would have been nervous, hassled, gone a little fast, but you did not do these, and you were very calm even when there were slight glitches with respect to the slideshow. You had humor, you had voice modulation, especially when you said, wow, what a huge TV. I really like that line. Your purpose statement was to use the presentation effectively. What I loved about the presentation was that it was simple, but we did not know what came next. Nobody anticipated a crap after some movie posters, which I really found unique and different in your presentation. Now, since it's your level 3 project too, my recommendations would be to sharpen the skills which you already have. For example, your pauses. Now, when you ask the question, which was the first movie that you have seen in theaters, take a longer pause so that the audience can reflect onto your question, think about their memories. The second recommendation would be even though you had voice modulation, the entire speech, the importance of the speech looked same or similar. I want you to focus on the beginning, the portions which are important, and towards the conclusion in such a way that it's evident what you want to give to the audience in return. And finally, since it's an offline setup, a little bit sideways movement or a movement front and back would enhance your speaking skills. So to sum it up, Toastmaster Ashley, you're a wonderful speaker, and I hope my recommendations help you become a killer speaker. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vishuja. Before we proceed, we shall have voting for the best evaluator. I'd request Toastmaster Anthony to share the link for the online participants and for each and every one of you to jot down who you all thought was the best evaluator for today and hand it over to the VP at Toastmaster Shivani. Yes, to the participants that have joined online, the link has been shared. Kindly. Okay, we shall take another 10 seconds more. And then 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you so much. Now, moving on to the second part of the general evaluator's role, that is calling upon the tag team or the timer, the hour counter, and the grammarian to come up on stage one after the other and deliver their report for today's meeting. So first up, we have the grammarian, who is Toastmaster Manish. Come up on stage and give us your
Nigel. First speaker started with die eating rather than dieting. For me, somehow it was really the truth. I had to eat a lot of food. So many came on the list that finally I thought that I will stop doing it. But nevertheless, let me highlight the words which I could pick. Excuse me for the misses. When it came to Meenal, enthusiastic, cherished, gauged, acquainted. Urvi used the word emphatic. Nigel, initiative, influence, Samtas. I'm pronouncing properly. When it came to Swayam, actually, I really loved the theme with which you started. And then the use of words which were a little out of the thing, were Herculean, stereotypical. And the best thing that I liked, probably I will have to put some exercise behind it, is what hurts you today makes you stronger tomorrow. That really was a punchline, and certainly at least I would carry with me. When it came to Ashley, he took us to straight to the typical Goan flavor, the fish sardines in a bus. For the first time I was hearing it. Then there was the use of Godfather, obvious, OTT. Even I really Googled it out because I was till now thinking that OTT means it is over the tube. And he also gave a very good message. Let me repeat that. The best thing about memories is making them. Probably on an introspection, I think somewhere many of us might have been thinking that we should have done more on that front. If at least one or two agree with me, then I would feel less guilty. When it came to Akansha, she used randomly, virtually, version, jingle. Varun used essence, pain in my fingers for that mobile thing, because the truth was, in those times, even getting an A, B, C on one button was really troublesome. When it came to Aarti, she used the word pondering, captivated, in splits, evolved, fabulous, wrapped, probably zapped also. And Vishwaja, when it came to her, again, it was intriguing, hassled, captivated. So many words I could pick up. Probably the only thing that I would urge and try myself is to use these words in the normal or in the regular course. On an overall, it was a very good attempt by all the speakers and a lot of words for me to carry along. Thank you. Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manish. Uh, well, today that niche was not your niche, which is why you forgot the word of the day. But I have noticed a couple of Toastmasters that actually did use it through the meeting. So thank you for sharing that word of the day. Next up, we go to the R counter for today. That is Toastmaster Urvi. Toastmaster Urvi, the screen and the stage.
I will start with the table topics. Toastmaster Rajesh used 2 R's and 2 so's. Toastmaster Varun used 1 R, 2 buts. To guest Varish used 4 R's, 2 R's and 1 you know. Toastmaster Amit used 2 R's and 1 OK. Guest Ray and Toastmaster Shivani were completely flawless, which clearly shows that they have a good niche for Toastmasters. So can we have a round of applause for them? Moving on to the speakers, Toastmaster Ashley used 3 ums, 2 buts, 1 well and 1 you know. Toastmaster Swayam used 2 ums, 3 so's and 1 but. Our evaluator Vishwaja used 1 and our second evaluator Aarti used 9 R's, 5 R's, 3 you know, 1 so, 1 okay and 4 you know. So we clearly have a R queen today and she gets this R mask. Would you like to wear it? That's all from me. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Urvi, for that evaluation. Your report, sorry. And lastly, we have the timer for today. That is Toastmaster Saurav. To kindly come up on stage and deliver the report.
Good evening, everyone. I'm back here with a report. First, I would like to share my screen as well. So first of all, it's no mystery. We are running behind agenda. We started late. We are not on time as of now. But the other thing is everybody respected time. All the speaker, evaluators, or table topics speaker. To begin with, Toastmaster Swayam, it took exactly 5 minutes. He qualified exactly at 5 minutes. Toastmaster Ashley took 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Is it?
No, it's not. Go ahead.
Okay. Toastmaster Ashley took 6 minutes and 27 minutes. Coming to table topics, Toastmaster Marshall took 1 minute. Toastmaster Ray took 1 minute. Toastmaster Shivani took 1 minute 30 seconds. Toastmaster Rajesh and Varun, they had 3 minutes for them because it was a combined session. So they both qualified. They took 3 minutes 30 seconds. Toastmaster Akshay took 1 minute. Toastmaster Varish took 2 minutes and 14 seconds, which still qualifies with the grace period. Toastmaster Amit took 1 minute. Then coming to evaluators, they both qualified. They both took 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And thank you. That's my.
Thank you so much, timer, Toastmaster Saurav. Now it comes to my report for the meeting. I know we are running late, so I'm going to make it extremely short and quick. If there's
your speech, Toastmaster Swayam, and also with Toastmaster Ashley's speech, because both of them had amazing structure in them. They had a meaning, they had a very condensed essence that they wanted to deliver to the audience. In terms of the evaluations as well, Toastmaster Aarti and Toastmaster Vishwaja, you both caught the good points of the speaker, and you celebrated it in your evaluations, and you also gave feedback that was actually applicable to the speakers. In terms of the role players, again, like I mentioned, every one of you did your job fantastically well. And in terms of the entire organizing, right from start till the end, there was small amount of preparation that was done and that led to this meeting taking place. So I'm really happy as a general evaluator to see all of that come to an event like this. And last but not the least, a shout out to Toastmaster Abrar for arranging the wonderful snacks. That really one of the other highlights of an offline meeting. Now, we unfortunately could not share the snacks with you guys who attended online, but hopefully that the next time a meeting like this is happening, you guys attend in person and you can experience not just getting name tagged by a bug, but also getting the snacks that Vasco Toastmasters provide. So with that, I end my general evaluator's note. It was a fantastic meeting right from start till the end, and I'd like to hand it over to the president, Toastmaster Abrar, to take things forward. Yeah. Okay, so before I hand it over, we will have voting one last time today for all the role players. Toastmaster Anthony, can you share the link online, and all of you will have a line. Toastmaster of the meeting. You can use that, the last one. Okay, so highlight which of the role players the names are. Yes, so you have the Toastmaster of the day, that's Toastmaster Meenal. Anthony, are we having minor and major?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so the major role players are?
The major role players are Toastmaster Meenal.
Toastmaster Meenal.
Then we have Toastmaster Akansha. And
Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Mahesh.
Okay. Okay. And the minor role players will be your timer, your account, and your grammarian.
So they are
Toastmaster Saurav, Urvi, and Toastmaster Manish. Yes, just right. Major is for the. It's fine.
Online link.
Yeah, same.
Both
are same.
Yeah. Okay. In the meantime, let us move forward because we are slightly delayed. Toastmaster Abrar, over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator Nigel Gomes, for that insightful feedback. We will consider starting on time and ending on time. We know we have delayed, and we will have our in-house critique will hold us accountable soon. Next, moving forward, in terms of evaluations, you just saw that this is how Toastmasters evaluate within the defined orders of Toastmasters without heckling anyone and with the CRC method. Moving forward, the voting has been conducted by the General Evaluator. So this is the time to take the feedback from our guests as well as the guest Toastmasters who are here. So can we start with Tanvi maybe quickly in a line or two?
I think it was an amazing meeting. I think as far as the hybrid meeting goes, this is my first hybrid meeting and it was organized very well. So this is something I'm going to take back to my club. And thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, Tanvi. We now hear from guest Varish.
Thank you for the opportunity to give my comments on this happening today. I am very confident to see people. I also feel I can take back certain confidence with me when I go home. I like the happenings of this meeting today.
We are grateful that you said that, we instill confidence, and that is what Toastmasters is about: instilling confidence, promoting better communicators. Can we now hear from our division director, my mentor, Clyde Tellis?
Much attention, but so Abraham called me a couple of days back saying that don't come as division director. I don't need to dress fancy and wear that. So that's my friend, that's my mentor. But I was.
He did that to everyone. You're not the only one.
I don't feel special. I remember attending the last hybrid meeting also. So I think Vasco has conducted one of the best hybrid meetings in Goa so far.
Thank you, Division Director. Now moving forward, we have few announcements before we go ahead with the awards. Firstly, please know that Vasco Toastmasters Club is seeking new members. So do get in touch with our ExCom or Ashley Fernandez, who is our VP membership, for joining our club. Secondly, we will be having an unofficial jamming session, which will be hosted by Nigel Gomes and Ray Gomes. And Anthony Gomes. Baby. And Vasco Toast next meeting will be on 28th of August 2021. Do get in touch with our VP Education, Shivani Kenny, for role players and other meeting details. Before we move to the award section, I would like to thank our venue partner, 1930, our snacks partner from Shreya's Oven, and the snacks sponsor, our area director, Anthony Gomes. This should be a little louder. Now, can we now move on to the awards? I am not in sync with the presentation, but let's go ahead. Our best speaker here for today's meeting is Toastmaster Ashley Fernandez. Our best speech evaluator is Vishwaja from ICG Toastmasters Club. Thank you, Vishwaja, for coming. The best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Shivani Kenny. Our best major role player is Meenal Bale, creative head. And best minor role player, Urvi Kenny. And that's it. Is there anything I'm missing on? Okay, that's it from us. I officially adjourn this meeting.